A lot happens to get food from the farm to your table. It's called the food cycle, and it has a big impact on our health, our economy, and our environment. In this video, we'll look at farm animal care, which is important at the production and processing stages in the food cycle. Whose responsibility is it to ensure our farm animals' overall well-being? Farmers in Canada believe that animal welfare is as important as food safety. Here's how farmers, animal care experts, and researchers are striving to improve farm animals' quality of life.
After a while, you do get to read your herd really well, and it's always remarkable how you can name all your own cattle from a distance. Yeah, they're good for the soul, cattle.
One of the reasons we own animals is because we enjoy animals, and we have a responsibility to make sure that they're well cared for.
It's really important to maintain their welfare and have them content, handling them in a way that creates a lower amount of stress. So just handling them slowly and calmly and creating a calm environment to work with them in, you're going to have a lot better results than you would if you go in there and create a high-stress environment.
A large part of animal health is animal welfare. Perhaps in recent years there is more concern about animal welfare. Part of that is that I think people are somewhat more removed from the farms and they have questions. And some of the concerns that come up are great because they're allowing us to demonstrate how farmers are truly caring for those animals and the strides that they take to make sure that they're comfortable.
People are now becoming more aware of where their food comes from. They're becoming more interested in how their food is produced. So those concerns can only lead to better welfare if it means people demanding more knowledge about how their food is produced.
The National Farm Animal Care Council of Canada oversees a standardized approach for the development of animal care codes of practice. These codes serve as a Canadian commitment to achieving the highest quality animal care.
What the Code of Practice does, it outlines, say, housing systems, space, feeder requirements, transport. These are our national standards of care for Canada, and it's something that Canadians should be proud of.
All of us have to meet that code of practice, and we have to keep our animals well.
It is ever evolving because that is farming and that is animal care. Things change over time as we learn more and more, and our practices need to follow suit.
A lot of times the questions about the care of animals are really emotional, but we need to have objectives and science-based measures to develop sensible policy for the country. So we're providing the best for the animals based on scientific and objective measures rather than people's perceptions and emotions.
We're looking at the housing systems of laying hens, where we're moving towards more dynamic, kind of larger systems, and so these provide hens with more space. It also provides them with different resources to perform nesting, perching, foraging, and dust bathing.
Well, years ago we designed barns that were perfect for farmers. Over the years we realized that we need to focus our design efforts on cows. So things like lighting programs or back scratching stations or automatic milking, all of that leads to a cow's welfare.
Veterinarians and farmers definitely work as a team. We work together to make sure that the animals are healthy. A big part of the routine checks that I do on dairy farms is pregnancy diagnosis, and so I use a portable ultrasound machine and we'll go around and check on cows to make sure that they are reproductively healthy. There are lots of farms that use technology where the cattle actually wear a neck collar that they can measure. Are they ruminating properly? In other words, is their stomach working properly? It can actually measure the sound of the stomach rumbles through their neck on a neck collar. And a lot of that type of information can be used to help us to determine whether or not a cow is sick or not sick.
Some of the other technology on the farm, each cow is equipped with an ID and a pedometer. It's basically like a GPS locator for cows, so we know how many steps she takes, we know her activity all day long.
Interacting with cattle, we can always tell if there's any pressure on them from a predator or the environment that they're in that causes them not to be contented. Management of clean water, clean feed, the health program we're on, the wind breaks, those kinds of things that we provide for our animals to be sure that they're in the utmost care.
Well, the research that we're doing provides scientific or evidence-based answers to questions about housing and care. Our research will help optimize all the different systems out there so they're good for the welfare of the hen.
And so we want to make that system the best it can possibly be, and that's been incredibly rewarding.
Farm animal care is of top concern for consumers, retailers, and farmers. Farmers have a duty to ensure that the animals in their care are treated humanely and responsibly. Whether it's providing new enriched housing systems for chickens or installing back-scratching stations for cows, farmers are continually improving how they care for their animals. Canadian Codes of Practice are national standards of care that outline science-based solutions to ensure that all farmers provide the highest quality animal care.